I'm back. Oh, hi everyone. So today we're back for a little reaction video because ask and you shall receive. I'm back on the wine again. Obviously it's been a while since I've been on YouTube, but not much has changed. What's happening, everybody? So I actually was scrolling along TikTok recently and I came across some videos about Jaclyn Hill closing her brand. So I posted over on my Instagram. I feel like I need to react to this. And surprise, surprise, everybody was here for it. So here we are. Hi everyone. Everything look good, sound good. I'm a little rusty at this, but yeah, we're going to react to this all together. I'm sure a lot of you know all the things I'm going to say, which is why I'm kind of surprised that people still want to hear me react to stuff, but it's fine. I'm here for it. My room is in shambles right now. I was trying to get everything all done because I'm finally finished with my wedding videos. I'm trying to get my comeback going for YouTube, but I wanted to like paint this room and everything, but I'm not there yet. But I'm like, fuck it. Y'all want to see it? This hair journey right now, we're growing it back out. We're just hanging out tonight, guys. I got my cozy pants on tonight. Oh man, I feel like there's gonna be so much shade thrown, but it's just meant to be for funsies, right everybody? Oh, I see everybody coming to the live chat. Hi everyone. Don't forget to, first of all, like the video. And I would encourage everybody to also turn on your notifications, because I don't know if YouTube even recommends my channel anymore, because y'all have seen it. I haven't been here really at all for like the past year and a half or so. So we're just going to dive right in. Let me say hi to the live chat. Hi, Clarissa, Nicolette. We got DJ's back. Look at all the britches are coming back. Hi, Lisa. Hi, April. Oh, my God. Nancy, I know. I'm back, baby. I hadn't heard about this. See, I'm late to the game. This happened a few days ago. I think it's been like 5 days now, 4 or 5 days now. So I'm like, I'm late to the party as per usual, but it's fine. Right? So random, but has anyone here from Missouri get money from the Sephora for a lawsuit? Oh, I'm not in Missouri, so I don't apply, but let her know if y'all are from Missouri and you got money from a lawsuit. Oh, okay, so some people don't know what's going on. Not the cozy pants. Hi, Jen. They're not actual cozy, like they're just cozy pants. Let me just get that straight. Y'all know that I do not support brands that Jaclyn Hill is tied to anymore. And we'll probably get into that all together. But I do want to ask, when we get into watching this, like how everything sounds, because I don't think I've ever done where like I let a video play. I actually think I did it once and it was an epic fail. So yeah, we're gonna watch this together and we're just gonna react and see what we think. And I would love to know what y'all think about all this, because is anybody honestly surprised? Let's start there. Are we surprised that Jaclyn Hill's closing her brands? I'm a little surprised because they're not that old. If anything, I was expecting, like when I saw like all the videos kind of trending on TikTok, I thought they were talking about Jaclyn Cosmetics. I expected that brand to go under first. But after learning all the things that we've learned, that Jaclyn Hill's not actually the actual owner of Jaclyn Cosmetics, it makes more sense to why her other brands are going first. But let me know what you guys think. Are we surprised? Sylvia says when she saw the clip on TikTok, I was like, Brett, I was honestly surprised, like, because usually when stuff like this happens, people message me. Like, I get DMs like crazy, and I had none. And then I just started seeing all these recommended videos, and you know how the For You page works. As soon as you see something and watch it all the way through, because of course I'm nosy, like I'm gonna watch and be like, what the hell's going on here? And then I just carried over and I'm like, oh, she posted a video, so we gotta react to this. Come on, we gotta talk about it. Oh yeah, I have a feeling Jen's gonna have so many things to say. I can't wait. Not surprised at all, honestly, but I feel like everything with her will close. I honestly feel the same way. I feel like it's a matter of time. But I also see how well Jaclyn Cosmetics is doing on TikTok, which I'm like, do y'all not remember? And the more that I talk about because I try not to post too much about it because I get sick of hearing myself talk about it. But I'm like, does TikTok not know what happened with Jaclyn Cosmetics? Because I honestly feel if people understood and went through it like most of us all did, they would not support this brand either, just because of what a shit show it was. It was crazy. Oh, let's see. I was wondering if you would do a video on this since your infamous lipstick video. I know. I'm like, why can't like one of the most viewed video on my channels not be me just roasting Jaclyn Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill? So, yeah, I want to just give my insight on this because I don't know if everybody watching here knows this. I do own businesses as well. So, I'll kind of touch on my thoughts on those aspects as well. And just overall, I'm going to try not to shit all over Jaclyn because I'm sure, like, there's not everything is as simple as how we may seem it to be. Like, I'm sure there's contracts and why things can't be discussed and stuff like that, but we'll get into it. So, I just saw Sorry Not Sorry, her liquid lipsticks are trash. Okay, let's get into this video, shall we? Let me know how this sounds.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel.
Is that too loud?
As you can see by the title, is going to be...
Let me know if that's too loud. I feel like it's probably good. But before I get into watching the whole damn thing, I want to make sure that level's good. I'm going to pause it as I talk about it, so it's going to be that type of video. I heard the makeup brand is most returned at Ulta. Not sure if that's true. I would not be surprised, honestly. TikTok wasn't a thing TikTok wasn't a thing when she crashed and burned for the 6th time. We'll probably get into that discussion as well because I'm sure all of us remember, like everybody that's watching, we all remember like all the past collaborations we'll probably talk about. We can't sit here and pretend that this was like a one-time epic fail. It was a collective failure after failure after failure after failure. And it was also the demise of other brands at the same time. So that is, yeah. Okay, you guys are saying it's good. Let's get into this video.
Very different. It's taken me a while to get to the place to have the confidence and the vulnerability to sit down and have this conversation with you guys. But I want to talk to you about what's been going on in my personal life and behind the scenes of the camera that has led to me making the decision on my own to shut down both Jaclyn Roxanne jewelry and my cozy comfort line.
Okay, genuine question. Like when you guys watch the intro to that, when she's like, this is going to be like no video I've ever done before. How many times have we seen videos like this? Honestly. Okay, carrying on.
A very difficult conversation for me to have, although I am ready just because I have finally, over the last couple of months, had to really admit my wrongs and where I personally fucked up as a creator, as an owner, and as a CEO when things are up in flames.
By a show of hands, how many people think she's actually going to admit anything in this video? Because I'm going to go with no on that, but let's keep going.
Or I'm feeling extremely unhappy or depressed. I tend to put on a happy face and act like everything is totally okay. Later, I come out and I say, oh, I had a drinking problem, or oh, I was depressed, or this, that, and the other, and it tends to shock people.
Nobody's ever shocked. Because I feel like we're in the habit of seeing these things as excuses. So I'll play fair for a minute. I feel like when the whole like lipstick situation happened, it's very natural to go into a depressive, you know, like you rely on certain things like alcohol. I feel like that's a very valid reaction to something that's devastating. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I kind of get that part of it, because trust me, I own businesses, like I said, and I've had my fair share of failures, and it fucking sucks. It sucks so bad, and you naturally can't help but to feel like, yeah, in one breath you're like, okay, it's a business, but then you're also personally attached to it because you put so much of your hard work and your heart and soul into it for it to just go up in flames. It fucking sucks. So I don't think anybody is really surprised by hearing these things. I think if anything, people are more of surprised at the actions beyond that. And we're probably going to get into that after as well. Let me know. I would love to know like your guys' thoughts. Deidre says, gray sweatshirt apology. Feel sorry for me video. And I feel like when these types of things are brought into a video where she's like, all right, I'm going to own my shit. No, you're not. Right off the bat. No, you're not. Because you're automatically making the viewer feel bad for you, or trying to make the viewer feel bad for you, because it's like, this was the state that I was in. We all know this by now. This is nothing new. We've heard this time and time again, like that you've been through this. So, no, we're not surprised. We're not going to feel bad for you anymore, because everybody that is still upset about this and still doesn't purchase from her brands or support her anymore has incredibly valid reasoning for not. And it's not because that something really shitty happened. It was because of the flies haven't gone away either, guys. Okay? It's not because of like the fuck up. It was how it was handled. And we'll see if she actually says anything regarding that.
And that really is the story of what's going on right now. I'm gonna rewind you guys because I wanna let you in a little bit on my life and what's actually going on and what's led up to this decision. This all goes back to Jaclyn Cosmetics. This all goes back to my love for makeup, and this all goes back to my lipstick launch.
Of course it does. Okay.
No, I'm already getting emotional, and it's still the beginning of the video, but this is a very emotional topic, and I'm sick of acting like it's not, and I'm sick of making jokes about it.
Okay. I could see where, like, this sort of reaction is appropriate, like, because it obviously still is affecting her, and like I was saying earlier, it would be really hard to go through something like this, owning a business, and not have it mentally affect you or make you emotional about it. I can't help but laugh, though, because it's like, bitch, weren't you just making a joke about it literally like a week ago? Posting a reel or a TikTok saying contaminated lipsticks like it didn't happen? I'm confused, because you're sick of joking about it and throwing it in your patrons' faces or the people that support your brands. Like, for me, when I saw that reel, and this is why I got so pissed about it, because it's like, I purchased those lipsticks. And I feel like this is the owner, quote unquote owner, sold me contaminated products and thinks it's funny that I spent my hard-earned money on something that she knew was contaminated and literally lies about it. That's where I'm just like, okay. I really don't think, I saw Nicolette says fake tears. I really don't think that these are fake tears, just because I feel like it is a very natural reaction to something that is so bad. Like, this is, honestly, let's not pretend that this is not the most epic makeup launch failure in history. Like, it's by far the absolute worst thing that the makeup industry has ever seen, and this is the person that, you know, is associated with it. I could totally see these being real tears, because it probably is also devastating. I'm trying to play the devil's advocate. I'm trying not to be like a complete bitch about everything, but I'm sure we'll get there.
Because that's a way that I'm gonna drip. It's just a way for me to process and cope with the trauma that it's caused me. It's just a coping mechanism. Ugh.
Now just imagine the trauma that you cause people. Okay.
But there's actually nothing funny about it whatsoever. There's nothing funny about the way I handled it. There's
Correct.
nothing funny about what came of it.
I'm curious what's going to be said as far as like what came of it, because I feel like it's no secret that the brand is probably not as nearly as successful, but I wonder if that's going to be what she's referring to as far as like what came of it, or the backlash that she gets. Like, that's like an extremely like loaded statement, I feel, where it could be a lot of different things. So let's see what gets said about that.
Growing up, all of my dreams revolved around makeup. My first dream was that I wanted to be a makeup artist, and I wanted to open up a beauty salon where we offered makeup, hair, and then photography in the back, so you could get your full glam, and then you could have photos of your full glam so that you would be able to remember that special moment forever.
I think it was Peter Mon was like, yeah, glamour shots. Your dream was to do glamour shots, which that's fine. Like, glamour shots were very much a thing. And, you know, I've had, like, boudoir photography done of myself, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. That is not a bad thing to have as, like, a goal in life or a dream of yours to be. But I feel like we've heard the story so many times of, not that you can't have, like, more than one dream, but I feel like the story changes to almost, like, make her story a little bit better. Because I don't ever recall, for as long as I've been watching Jaclyn Hill, I feel like it was always, her dream was to own a makeup line. Or she would always be, like, mixing the pigments and stuff while she worked at MAC. And, oh my god, one day I would love to have a brand at Ulta or whatever. I feel like that's the story that I remember. I don't ever remember hearing her saying, I'm, like, reading way too much into this, but I'm like, I feel like this, like, her touching on this is kind of irrelevant, and it's almost like preparing you as a feel bad for me as the viewer, but that's just how I'm going to take this so far, because I don't know what's coming.
Then I got a job at MAC Cosmetics, and I worked there for 4 years. And when we weren't busy, all I would do was just stand there and I would mix blushes together and lip glosses, and I would come up with different ideas and different products that I would love to create. And it never even seemed like a reality for me because I was working at MAC, and I didn't have money at the time. Like, it was just like an exciting dream, right? It was a pipe dream.
We've heard this so many times. Okay.
Then YouTube came along, and my dreams just kept getting closer and closer to me. Mm-hmm. I started doing collabs. I started seeing the revenue and the income that was bringing in. And I was like, oh my God, I could actually, like, my dream could come true. Like, my little girl dream could come true.
Okay, this is where I'm like, wait a second. Because, so this dream that she had, as far as, like, she wanted to do glamour shots, right? That is not, like, a massive investment as a business. So, one fucking collaboration, she could have done that dream in about 5 seconds. Like, that's where I'm like, I don't really know where we're going with this, because literally, like, one Morphe collab, or not even Morphe. Like, I can only imagine the amount of money that she made for Morphe, but, like, back in the Becca days, what was her first collaboration? Because I'm over here, like, not even that, even just off of YouTube AdSense, because she was crushing it. Okay, let's not pretend that YouTube don't pay money either. So, I feel like it's giving a somewhat unrealistic image, because she's been making bank for probably, not since the beginning, I'm not going to go that crazy, but I feel like her success came relatively quickly, especially when she started doing all these collaborations. And I don't know, I guess, again, I feel like this is kind of giving a false, almost like narrative. I don't know, just because it's like, okay, you wanted to do glamour shots, I really don't foresee that being as much of an investment as, like, a cosmetics company. So if that was her end goal, like, why did she never do it? You know? I don't know. Okay, let me just... Oh yeah, Sigma, Becca. I forgot about the Sigma collabs. See, like, she's had so many collaborations, and I'm pretty sure all of them were epic failures. Now, I feel like Champagne Pop did relatively well, but I don't remember the specifics of, like, why, because it was shortly after Becca ended up going out of business. I don't know if it had to do with the whole Jaclyn Cosmetics. No, you know what the first collaboration is that I remember? Gerard Cosmetics. Right? Wasn't it, like, Buttercup lipstick? Because I know I bought those. It might have been Sigma or Gerard Cosmetics. Like, she's had so many collaborations. Yeah, Deandra, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay, anyways, I'm rambling. Let's get back to it.
I could create my own cosmetic line. Like, this is, like, insane that I even had the resources and the ability and the following to have that opportunity to do. And so...
Not only, like, did she have the resources, like, she literally had other business owners telling her exactly what to do and how to do it successfully. And literally... getting her foot in the door. We heard this from Marlene Estelle's interview with The Sesh. If you guys didn't watch it, highly recommend. But it's like, so not only did you have all this opportunity and all that stuff, you fucked over so many people in the meantime. Okay. Okay, Jen says Sigma was the first. So I think Sigma was first, then Gerard Cosmetics, then Becca, and then I'm pretty sure we got, because Becca there was like 3 or 4, because there was Champagne Pop by itself, then there was face palettes, then there was the face duos. So I think Becca had 3, and then we got into Morphe, because I think Makeup Geek was supposed to happen in between there. I think. Yeah, I can create my own makeup line and fuck over everyone else. Jen, that's literally what happened. Okay, let's keep going.
I did it. I fulfilled that dream by doing everything that I thought possibly was right to create Jaclyn.
Whoa. Did y'all watch that interview on the sesh? Because if she honestly feels that she did everything right in that time frame, wow. Because, wow. That, if you look at your track record with your collaborations and you think you did everything right, that is fucking astounding. Okay. Oh, Jen. I made appointments and drove her myself to 4 labs in 2014. That's fucking wild. That is fucking wild. Oh, yeah, she did the crap eyeshadows with Becca, too. Yup. I remember that now. I had that palette. Mm-hmm. She did a Morphe's Favorites collab prior to her palette. She did like 4 palettes with Morphe, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know. There's so many. There's so many. I also drove her to Morphe where she met Linda. Goddamn. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna get mad. Why did you guys want me to react to this? I'm gonna get fucking mad.
Cosmetics, and I had so many people tell me, don't call it Jaclyn Cosmetics, in case it fails or in case you want to sell it one day. And I was so passionate. I was like, no, I'm naming it after me. This is Jaclyn Cosmetics. Like, this is my heart and soul.
Okay, I'm genuinely curious about how does this matter? Like, why? I don't understand why she's even talking about this stuff, because 1, we've heard it before, but 2, who cares if you sell it? They're buying the fucking name. Like, that's why it would be so appealing to buy. Like, again, I just feel like it's painting this narrative of, no, I was gonna put everything into it, and I was gonna have the final say on everything, when it's like, bitch, you're not even the fucking owner. Are you believing everything that you're saying right now, honestly? Because I don't get it. I don't get that. Ronnie, I don't, honestly, do you guys get it? I don't get this. I don't get this mentality. It's like victim mentality. Because it doesn't make sense. I feel more too like her convincing herself that she's doing the right thing, when it's like, no, that's smart business. Like, why would you create, as Jaclyn Hill, why would you create a makeup line and not name it after yourself? Hello? That's the biggest appeal. Why wouldn't you do that? They'd be like Kim Kardashian not naming her makeup line KKW Beauty. Like, hello? That's one of the main reasons people are going to buy it. That's one of the main reasons that people still support your trash makeup brand, when nobody should, to be quite frank. Okay, let's keep going.
I worked on that for years, thinking that I literally crossed every T and dotted every I, and I thought that lipstick launch was going to be my legacy.
Oh, it's a legacy, but not in the way that you thought. But here's the thing too, though. Like, you did all the dotting the I's and crossing the T's, but you ordered a rush job on your first launch of 18 shades of lipstick with all the same batch codes. Like, I'm pretty sure that's like cosmetics 101. Like, okay, every batch needs to have a different code. This is bad. This is okay. I'm like, I still don't understand where we're going with this right now. Like, why? I feel like she's filling this video with so much unnecessary information that everybody already knows, which, okay, fair if we're gonna lay it down for people that don't know the situation, but let's be honest, everybody on YouTube primarily knows, like, what happened, and I just feel like this could be such a, like, more simplified video of shit that's important. Like, this is nothing important. This is, like, filler. Okay. Let's keep going.
18 nude shades in one launch. It literally had never been done before. And I thought that that was just going to be like, it was going to just like crack the earth. And that was going to be the beginning of my legacy. That was my little girl dream.
Oh, okay. So we have another little girl dream. Whatever. 18 nude shades. Have y'all ever been to the drugstore? There's like infinity nude shades. Go through the L'Oreal aisle and you're gonna see probably 50. Granted, it's your first launch, whatever. That seems very far-fetched that it hadn't ever been done before, but they also weren't all nudes. Like, I remember there being a pink, right? Wasn't there a pink in there for her mom or some shit? Let's just call it what it was. Like, it was nothing revolutionary. I think people were so excited about this launch because it was talked about for so long. And this was going to be, like, a fresh start because of how bad every single collaboration was. I don't think there was anything, maybe Sigma, because I don't remember it. But it's like, I feel like every single collaboration had some sort of relatively big fuck up. I could be wrong, but I feel like at least 3/4 of them. There might have been a couple that, like, went off without a hitch. I feel the one that sticks out to me the most is, like, the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette. I feel like that one went pretty well, but there was issues with almost every single other collaboration. But at the time, you couldn't blame her because it wasn't her brand. So it was easy to just be like, oh, it wasn't me. Like, look at them. Which is fair because it is the brand's final say, I guess you could say. But it was nothing revolutionary. It was just people were excited because it was Jaclyn Hill's brand. And I think people were excited to finally support something that she claimed was, like, a family-owned business. Like, her claims, if you go back and watch her original, like, introduction to her lipsticks, almost everything that she said about the brand itself was not true. That we didn't find out until later. Like, that Forma is who owns the brand. That doesn't mean that you're, like, a small family-owned brand. That means you're owned by a conglomerate. And you're just, like, a collaborator of a brand that's named after you. Make this make sense. Okay. Again, I feel like we're still talking about, like, nothing.
Coming to reality, and who gets to experience a moment like that? Anyways.
Okay, good for you.
We all saw what happened with those lipsticks. And like I said, although I make jokes about it, it still haunts me all the time.
All right, let's talk about this really quick because according to her most recent reel, her lipsticks weren't contaminated. So I'm so curious, what did we all see happen? Like, I wish she would show up in this live chat so I could just be like, why don't you tell us what happened? Because you're saying it without saying it, but then you sit there and lie because you want to make a joke about it to make light of it because it makes you feel better. No, that's not how that works. You want people to feel bad for you, and nobody is gonna feel bad. Okay?
And it's what led to opening up and starting these other brands.
I don't believe that. I can't remember the time frame between the brands, but I want to say Jaclyn Cosmetics was like 3 or 4 years ago. Jaclyn Roxanne was probably a year ago, and then Cozy was fairly recent, within the past year, I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering these correctly. I don't feel that you would have something so bad happen that you'd be like, let me open 2 more brands. No, that doesn't make any sense. I think it was probably because I remember watching, it was one of her brand launch videos, and she was very much, you all ain't gonna stop me, I've got one life to live, and da-da-da-da-da, just talking all sorts of shit about how she's not stopping and she's just gonna keep opening businesses and whatever. Like, I do the same thing. Like, I own fucking 4 different companies right now. It's one of those things, like, you build up one and then it's like, all right, let's start something else, and then let's start something else. That's not a bad thing, and I feel like she's painting it as she only did these things because she had no other option, when it's like, no, maybe you should have, like, redirected that energy into your cosmetics company, but I feel like she probably couldn't because she was already working on these brands. And this is just an excuse, essentially, to, oh, well, these brands, I'm just going to close them because, you know, I started them when it was a really bad time. This is stupid. This makes no sense. If you really think about this logically, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you start 2 other brands when you had one epic failure? I guess it'd be one thing if she closed Jaclyn Cosmetics in that meantime, but okay, whatever. I'll take your word for it, Jaclyn.
I had to take a little break to gather myself. Whew. So after my lipstick launch happened and things obviously did not go as planned, I honestly became zombie-like. I did the absolute bare minimum as a founder and CEO. I just relied on my team to just kind of like float me through everything. I fell into such a depression. And when I say that, I don't say that lightly. Like, I turned to alcohol. That's when I gained well over 40 pounds. Like,
okay, we're getting into like feel bad for me. All right. So when you own a business, you hire a staff. You have a staff to be able to do those duties for you. Like, yes, at the end of the day, depending on how you have your business structured, you're going to have final say no matter what. So I feel like her painting this picture of, you know, I was zombie-like, whatever, excuse, it deflects the responsibility from her. So if, like, if something went wrong, it was because they took the reins and they were making the decisions. And I don't think that that's fair. Like, I would fucking hate to work for this bitch. Because, first of all, you always stand behind your staff no matter, like, how bad it is. I feel like you always want to have your staff's back. And her just being like, you know, they were just taking me through it. I feel like your staff should be able to do that. Again, depending on how you have it set up. But what a horrible boss. As far as, like, you let everybody down. Your consumers, your staff. I get it. Like, it would definitely affect you, but for you to just be like, yo, like, they just did it all. It's like, unless you're, like, praising them for it, but I feel like this is coming off as, like, it's just like an excuse. I don't know. That's just how I'm taking it with how it's being presented.
That, because I was not taking care of myself in any way, shape, or form.
Feel bad for me.
The way I handled the lipsticks is the biggest regret of my entire life. Ever. Like.
All right, are we gonna discuss, like, what we would have done different? Are we actually gonna admit something here? Or are we just gonna play this game of blanket statement, not give much detail, and this is where I'm 95% sure that's what's going to happen? You're just going to say, like, I would have done this so different, and then you're just going to carry on to the next subject. So let's see if I'm right.
Watching them, that was a shitty situation, you know? But the way I handled it is my biggest regret ever, because it's not just like I gave up on cosmetics. I gave up on myself. I gave up on my little girl dream. I gave up on me. And I felt like such a failure. And instead of picking myself up, getting back up, getting myself together, I just relied on a lot of people who honestly were in my life at the time. And they were yes men. I was surrounded by yes men. I was surrounded by people who were kind of telling me what to do, almost like robotic. And
Okay, so out of all the shit that she just said, the only thing that I heard was I let myself down and I let myself down. Fuck all of you that bought all my trash products. Don't give a fuck about you though. What? Did she honestly think that this video was a good idea? Because if she posted this video, and we have to know this, she's got a team behind her. Somebody watched this video. Who the fuck do you have watching this video and being like, girl, that's such a good idea? Because this is so bad. Like, you're closing 2 brands, you're about to close your 3rd. Because this is so bad. Wow. How do you publicly admit that by saying the only thing that you cared about in this whole situation was your goddamn self? Because holy... Wow. Okay.
that's when I decided to create 2 new brands. Instead of pouring myself back into cosmetics, taking accountability and not giving up on myself, I decided...
Or your consumers.
Well, gotta create new brands, gotta prove myself to my followers that, I'm a bad bitch and I can do this. And I'll be...
Okay, for realsies, this is another part where I'm like, I wish she was watching this video right now. Because you know what would have been the best solution for that? Admitting that you fucked up and what you fucked up. And just say it with your whole chest. I honestly, okay, I get it. She's like, I handled this, completely wrong. But you're still not saying what you did wrong. You're still not admitting anything. You're still publicly posting that it was an insinuation or an accusation when it was in fact a fact that you distributed contaminated products. Is this real fucking life right now? Honestly, is this real fucking life? Because you still got yes men in your corner, honey, because you posted this video. I'm flabbergasted at this. And it's still saying nothing. Oh my God, okay.
Yes, you guys, just keeping it real. I kind of feel like it was a pressure that was put on me in the sense I put on myself of all of my peers, they all have brands. That's what you do. You create a YouTube channel, you get the income, and then you create your own brand, something.
Okay, this is where this is bullshit. Because you literally just said that owning a brand is your dream. Your pipeline, what was it? Pipe dream? Yeah, your pipe dream as you were a child was to own your own brand. But now you're saying, oh, it's just what we all do. No. I'm pretty sure that anybody, any other influencer that has brands does not do this shit that you do. Because I feel like, even though I think Manny's in hot water right now, but so the ones that I think of are Laura Lee, Manny MUA, Christian Dominique, Desi Perkins, Katie, Shay Mitchell. There are a lot, and I feel like it has become a trend. But she's that was just a total contradiction of, okay, in one breath it was a dream of yours, but then now it's oh, well, I only did it just because that's what everybody else does. But not everybody else has had the fucking travesty of launches that you've had. This just makes no sense. It just feels more of a deflection. I'm so confused.
Can make you money going forward. And I looked around and I see everybody. It's Manny, Laura, Desi, Katie, all these people who are in the same space as me at the same time are all creating brands. And to me, it looks like they're thriving. And I'm oh, I gotta do it too. And that's really another thing that I fucked up on in a decision.
But here's the thing though. Okay, so all these brands, right? All these people are doing it. But I'm almost positive that every single brand, and this is just in business in general, not everything is going to go perfectly. But what is the most important aspect is being honest with your customers. If she was just honest from the get-go, people like me would still buy from her brand. That's where I'm just like, what are you not getting here? Like, are you okay? Because it doesn't make sense. Because I know damn well, I think this is what I was going to say earlier, like, I know Manny has had launches where there was, like, an issue with, like, quality or something. Like, the one that sticks out to me off the top of my head is when he did the, it was, like, the advent calendar. He sent, you know, a whole extra shade because he fixed the quality and he explained what happened, and that was it. Like, as long as you're transparent about what's going on, people aren't going to have a problem with it, because that happens. Like, shit happens, especially in business. Like, you're not going to ever do anything perfectly every single time, especially when you're somebody as controversial as Jaclyn Hill. And it's almost like ignorant to think that people wouldn't be looking at you under a microscope because of who you are. But it's just like, all you had to do was be honest, and you wouldn't be in the position that you are. And that's where I wish that she went more into detail. And I feel like that's what this whole video is missing, is you touched on it about how it was the biggest regret of your life, but you literally said nothing about it. Like, why was it the biggest regret of your life? What would you have done different? Because if you were able to do that, that's when people are going to say, okay, she gets it. Like, she admits that she fucked up. You're taking accountability because you're saying it, and you're saying it out loud, and you're letting people know, like, hey, I fucked up, and this is how, and this is what I'm going to do to fix it. If you can't do that, if you ever plan to be a business owner, don't, if you can't do that. You have to be able to own your mistakes and just say it with your chest, and that's it. Because as long as you're transparent, people won't give a fuck. Patrick Star was another one with his setting spray. I just see Nicolette said the same thing. Patrick Star just had, like, his sprays were, like, spraying this, like, white spray all over people's faces. He addressed it. He reached out to them. Like, he did the appropriate steps. But the biggest issue, and this is what still, it irritates me to my core. It's like the biggest thing that I feel like is not talked about with this whole lipstick gate is the batch codes. And that's where I'm like, what? It makes my hair hurt. Because you know what? If that was done incorrectly, own it. You know what? This was our first launch. We fucked up the batch codes. There's no way to track this contaminant. We're recalling everything. Problem solved. She wouldn't have lost customers like me if that was the case. I would have been like, that kind of sucks. Maybe I'll write it out and not purchase right away to make sure they get the kinks out. Because that's the other thing when you start a business. You don't know what you're doing completely. Even with all these people and all these connections that she's had. Like, look at the connections that she's had and all the fuck-ups that still happened. Fuck-ups are going to happen regardless. It's how you handle it to the public after. And that's the other thing. It's just like, you're dealing with the public that are going to scrutinize and have opinions, which everybody's entitled to an opinion. I feel like this video is proof that she has learned absolutely nothing. Nothing. Okay.
I made that ended up hurting me, because at the end of the day, guys, I don't really want to be a brand owner. I know that so many people thrive doing that. There's people and personalities out there that, like...
She doesn't want to be a brand owner. Then what the fuck you doing? Because it's... I mean, I get this aspect, because not everybody is built to be a brand owner. I feel like she is somebody that is built to be a collaborator, because I feel like she has the creativity, but the execution's not there. And she doesn't want to have the responsibility. I feel like she, like, has the potential to be an incredible business person, but she doesn't want to accept responsibility. And ultimately, when you own a business, you have to be able to do that. And it's a damn shame, because, like, this is the example that's teaching future business owners right now. It's like, wow, this is, like, what not to do, okay? If you watch this video and you own a business, this is everything you shouldn't do. Okay.
Like a Kim Kardashian. Like, I think that's
I
what
want to be
makes
like
them
Kim
happy,
Kardashian.
is like just to like create more and more brands. And for me, that's not it. Like, I was my happiest doing makeup, working on Jaclyn Cosmetics, doing collabs, and just having a relationship with my followers, honest to God. And that's what it comes down to, is these brands are not serving me anything. They're not bringing me happiness. And I don't care about the money at this point.
Which I believe that. I believe that she doesn't care about money because she doesn't have to. Like, are we paying attention to what her closet looks like in the background? She don't need the money. She's clearly well enough off where she hasn't given a shit about any of her businesses, for that matter. Her YouTube channel. And I think that she's probably somebody that thrives off of fame. And I feel like any association with Jaclyn Hill on the internet is not for good. It's always for negative, which I feel like is solely brought on by herself because of the shitty things that you consistently do and still do, quite honestly. But I think that I want to say that she says this about like, oh, I miss my relationship with my followers. I don't doubt that she does, because she used to have the audience that loved her. Like, they were her yes men. Like, everything that she did, it was always praised. And, you know, like, I could say the same thing about my audience. Like, I love the connection that I have with my audience because everybody, for the most part, makes me feel good. I've experienced the bad side of the internet, and it's not fun. And I could not imagine wanting to do that every single day, having just negative things and people attacking you and stuff like that. But that's where it's like, you bring it on your fucking self, though. So it's like, yeah, you almost ask for it. So I don't doubt that she misses those things, but I think that she's probably realized, like, oh, I really fucked this up for myself. And the reason I was saying that about her audience is because before, when you would look at, like, the comment section, it would always be positive. It would always be uplifting, or, like, it would always be going to bat for her. But now, and I notice it especially with this video, almost every comment that I read is bad. Like, it's just saying basically, like, what everybody thinks. And it's just, it's all a crock of shit. And people have, it's like, people have opened their eyes to this person showcasing what a piece of crap they are because of the shitty things that they do over and over again. And it's only to benefit themselves. You know, it's very telling. Like, she's literally telling us the exact person that she is. And I think people are finally starting to realize that. Because I was one of those people for a long time too, and I think that's why I'm way too overly attached to this whole, like, discussion, is because I used to love her. She was one of the first people that I've, like, ever found on social media, and I used to watch every single video. And even when, like, there were the times where, like, I wasn't, like, following her and stuff, I would still, like, pop back in to be like, okay, maybe she's better now. Nope, she's not. It's still, like, the same old song and dance. I just feel like it's gaslight. Every single video, every single everything. It's just, it's too bad, honestly, because this is a person that has so much potential and had everything at her fingertips, but because you're so focused on yourself, it's just like, which deserved. You got everything that you deserved, I feel, as far as, I shouldn't say that. That's not a nice thing to say. I should say, I feel like karma, I believe in karma. I will always believe in karma. I feel like karma has definitely given her what she deserves. And I'll say that. Next.
Gotten to the age, I definitely went through a phase where it's like, money was a driver, fame was a driver, and that no longer is even part of my desires in life.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that because you're posting a YouTube video for the public. That'd be like me saying, and I'm sure I've said this over the years, and maybe this is just me kind of growing up and being like, you're a dumb bitch. Anybody that's on the internet wants some sort of attention. Period. That's reality. Everybody wants more money in life. Who doesn't? Who's out there right now watching this? Like, I don't want more money. Everybody does. She wants more money, just in different ways that don't have that responsibility and accountability attached to it. Like Amazon links or just collaborations with other companies that she could just pass the buck off to or whatever. Like, okay, she just talks in circles. I feel that way too. Okay, because I feel like I'm talking in circles. That's why I'm like, okay, because I'm responding to what she's saying, I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over again.
Just craving happiness and mental stability and clarity. And
if you want that, don't be on the fucking internet. That's facts right there. Okay, when I am at my clearest mental state, it's when I'm not online. I can't tell you, because like I love the live chat. I love all my viewers. But like I was saying earlier, like I got my fair dose of the shitty part of the internet and just shitty people on the internet. And that destroyed my mental health. And I'm not somebody that struggles with mental health. I don't struggle with anxiety and depression. I feel like I'm very there, and it destroyed me for a long time. And when I just disappeared from the internet, like I went from being so excited about my bar opening to wanting to invite everybody to be there and having this like big tuda, and then I was like, fuck everybody. And it happened like that because of just, that's what the internet is. Like, it's, if you want mental stability, don't ever be a content creator, public figure, because the amount of criticism, if you can't accept criticism, forget it. And same goes for owning a business. If you cannot be open to public opinion, criticism, constructive criticism, don't do it. Just don't do it. This is like opening a business 101 with Britt Clark. The do's and don'ts, what I recommend and don't.
Been so lost due to the decisions that I've made surrounding my cosmetic line and leading into Jaclyn Roxanne and Cozy. So I have made the decision on my own to shut these brands down because it's time to own up to my shit. And
what are we gonna own up to though? We're literally like at 7 minutes of this video and I feel like nothing's been said. What are we gonna own up to though?
Own up to myself what makes me happy and what I want, and also share with you this as well, because I've always been the person for the past 10 years online to tell you to do what makes you happy, to follow your dreams. And you know, I thought that creating these brands was the right idea. I was in a fog at the time. I was just like, okay, sure, we're now gonna create jewelry. Don't get me wrong, you guys, I love jewelry and I love my jewelry. Look, I'm wearing it all right now. Like, I'm proud of it.
Let's
Cozy
promo
right
our
here.
own items.
Literally, I've got my blanket with me. At
Promo.
all times. Softest blanket ever. Love it. I love it.
Guys, genuine question. How much you think that advertisement just cost right there? Product placement. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Product placement, everybody.
But I'm not excited about it. And that's the thing. It's like, I get excited over cosmetics. I'm not excited over these things.
You know why it's not exciting? Is because it's not making money. If it was making money, that would give at least some sort of excitement. Because she's claiming, excuse me, that like borderline went down the wrong pipe. She's claiming that, I just saw Amber's comment. What are we owning up to though? What was I just saying? Oh, she's claiming that it's like, it's giving her nothing. And money's exciting. But okay, this is what I was saying. She's claiming that she loves this stuff. Like, oh, look at my cozy blanket. Look at my earring. Like, look at my jewelry. She's claiming that she loves this. Like, go look at the energy in the launch videos. I implore you to go back and watch the following videos. The introduction to Jaclyn Cosmetics. Listen to how long she's been working on this and how her heart and soul went into it. Then go watch the Jaclyn Roxanne launch video. Then go watch the Cozy video. And you see the excitement. Like, you can't fake excitement. If you're not excited about something, you ain't gonna be fucking excited about it. But you know why it's exciting is because okay, yes, you love these products. Like, if I had products, look at this. If I had bar merch and I loved it, I wore it all the time, and it made me money, why wouldn't I be excited about that? You're being unrealistic, sweetheart. You're not enjoying it because it's not making you the financial profits that your cosmetics line is. Because the overhead on cosmetics is most likely significantly more than jewelry and also clothing. Cosmetics, so much more goes into it. I feel like that's common sense. If anybody here is familiar with any of those, I don't sell anything in the cosmetics realm, clothing realm, besides my own merch, but I don't even have right now, and jewelry. I don't sell any of that stuff. But in my mind, like, I used to work for a jewelry store, the overhead is, I would feel, would be lower than what goes into creating cosmetics. And like, it's cosmetics, not only are you creating formula, then you need your packaging and all this shit. Like, clothing, it's like yeah, you can manufacture clothing, but I feel like that's not what she's doing. It's not like they're buying fabric and having it made. They're probably getting these samples, like, oh yeah, I like it, put my tag on it, let me order a shit ton of them. The overhead doesn't seem like it would be as high as cosmetics, but I also could be wrong. But I just find it hard to believe that somebody with a closet that looks like that doesn't care about money. I love money. I feel like anybody watching probably loves money. It's just, I feel like it's another avenue to try to be, like, relatable, because not everybody has a fucking probably $1 million closet. You ain't fooling anybody, though. Like, again, like, who's the yes man that let you put this video out?
I kind of had this, like, aha moment recently where I'm like, I don't want to be known as the cozy girl. I don't want to be known as the blanket girl. I don't want to be known as the jewelry girl. Like, that's not supposed to be my legacy.
What do you want to be known for? Because I feel that Jaclyn Hill will be forever known as Lipstick 8. That's, I feel, the legacy that she has been very appropriately given. But let's see what she wants to be known for.
Legacy was supposed to be cosmetics. That's what I've loved since I was a kid. Like,
it is cosmetics, but you don't do it well.
That was my original dream, was something in the makeup creative space. And at this,
you have that, though. Like, does she not realize what her YouTube channel was? Her YouTube channel was iconic. Iconic. And she let that completely go to shit. Because everybody knew Jaclyn Hill before her makeup line. She should have just stayed with YouTube, stay doing your fucking collaborations. And that's, like, I could only imagine where she would be now if she didn't do the things that she did. And that's probably what she's maybe having that aha moment about, is, man, I really fucked up and I never should have left YouTube, because she was probably making bank between affiliate links, between monetization of her channel. She fucked up after destroying the woman. Oh yeah, we're probably gonna get there, because I have a feeling that's coming, because we still haven't even touched on Cozy yet. The only thing that we've ever said, like, in this video about Jaclyn, Roxanne, and Cozy is, I'm gonna own my shit and I'm closing them. And we're what? 8.5 minutes in out of 7. Oh my god.
Time of my life, I just want to get back to that. That's just what I desire. And I hope
I want to get back to making money the way that I was, with zero accountability and zero responsibility.
that my honesty and vulnerability with you guys, I hope that it helps some of you in the sense of, you don't have to feel like you have to do it all. Some people, they thrive on that. But then there's people like me, and it's like, I don't want to have 60 employees that I oversee.
That's fair, because that is not for everybody. I feel like that's owning up a little bit, but not, like, you need to say that to your employees, not to us, because we're not your employees. We're your customers. You need to own up to us as your customers, because we don't fucking care about you not wanting to be a boss. Because being a boss is not fun, always. It's a lot of fun sometimes, but then when you gotta fire people, when you have to be responsible for other people, it's very hard, and it's not for everybody. I think this part is genuine.
Don't want to be on Zoom calls all day, every day. Like, I want to do something.
Yeah, who does?
Creative. I want to work with my hands. Like, I want to. You get it. I also.
Yeah, like I said, she wants to have. Basically, she wants to have her cake and eat it too. She wants to. Jen, let's be real. She doesn't want to get out of bed before noon. I feel personally attacked by that because I don't either. But I have found a lifestyle that accompanies what I desire. And that's the pro of being your own boss. But yeah, this is stupid.
I just want to say, because it's something that I've wanted to say, just like loud and proud with my chest, is that
I'm a boss of it.
Feel like my social media is just, it almost looks like one big brand deal.
Guys, how revolutionary was that? You know why you feel that way, Jaclyn? Because it fucking is. Fire your whole team immediately. Fire them all. Wow. Oh my God. She just said it with her whole chest. Guys, I am one big brand deal. No fucking shit. No shit. And I'm sure that's why you're noticing your views aren't as high as they used to be. Hello?
These three brands. And
she's my age. That's what's like astounding. I could see if she was like 20s, like in her mid 20s. You're like, I think she's a year younger than me. This is common sense, bro. Oh, man. Jen, honestly, how did you work with this?
Order to pay for the salaries and keep my warehouse open and everything that it takes to run a business here in Tampa. Like, I have to have launches all the time, and then I've got Jaclyn Cosmetics, and I've got Ulta Promo.
That's false. You don't need to have launches all the time. You could be incredibly successful if you had minimal launches at minimal quality, or not quality, minimal quantity, but that's not enough for you because you want to get rich. That's what that means. You could easily sustain a business, especially if you have great quality items. I feel like when you're seeing this like fast fashion or fast makeup, you're not getting the quality. This is why I have always been favorable towards luxury, because you're not getting launches all the time. I've talked about this several times. You're not getting all these launches over and over again because they're rich enough, but they're also a higher price point. So, excuse me, I'm getting the burps from my wine. But I'm somebody that gets overwhelmed when I see launch after launch after launch, but that is strictly because you want to make more money. This is also an issue, though. Like, if you're a business owner and you think that you have to have launches like this, yeah, that's the only thing that you're thinking about is how can I make money as fast as possible? Like, you're gonna burn your customers out because you're just releasing products and, oh my God, I love them so much, blah 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 blah. It's it has to be like, she has to have this mentality because it worked for her for so long. But it's like, yeah, you have employees. Again, it comes down to the responsibility. She doesn't want the responsibility of insurance. She doesn't want like accounting, all these things that go into it, having employees that rely on their income to pay their bills and feed their families. Like, you don't want to be responsible for that. I can appreciate somebody admitting that, but again, that's not necessarily something that you need to admit to your customers. You should be having this conversation with your employees, which I'm sure she has if she's formally announcing that, you know, she's folding her brand. What did Jen say? I'm sorry, but I have had it up to here with her lies. I may or may not have taken an edible, but that's going to but it's all going to come out very soon. Oh, tea is ready. Jen, I will be all over. Maybe I'll react to that too. We'll see if people want it. Okay, come on, guys.
And it's like, I feel like I'm just always pushing product in your face, and I'm so sick of it.
Because you are. You are.
I'm so sick of it.
Just by you wearing your own merch or your own brand in your own video, that's indirectly pushing product in your customer face. Product placement. Do y'all realize, I'm sure everybody here knows, but y'all realize, like, when you watch movies and you see, like, Tito's or Marlboro or all, like, any brand that you see just kind of sitting in the background, these companies pay for that. That's exactly what she's doing in this video. Like, come on.
Over it, like, I can't stand. I feel like a salesman, and it's just not me, and it feels icky. It is. Even though I love these.
You've been a salesperson your entire YouTube career. That's like me saying I'm not a salesperson, because we're literally selling our audience's products. Like, an influencer is, I feel, a form of salesperson, because you are earning a commission because we have affiliate links, and we also earn by YouTube. We're like a modern version of a salesperson, because you have people that are promoting their own items, or, you know, she's promoting Amazon or whatever. Like, anytime that there's a link affiliated, like, you're a salesperson, because, you know, just because you love it doesn't, like, you're still selling something. You're still recommending a product to a mass audience. That's a salesperson. In my humble opinion. I don't think everybody's going to have that opinion, but I feel that influencers are a modern day salesperson. Okay. Carrying on.
It's just too much. I just jumped into the dive in without floaties, and I don't know how to swim, and that's how my life has felt for the past couple of years. And honestly, you guys, I have missed connecting with you so much, but keeping it.
You know why? Can anybody guess why she misses connecting with everybody? Listen, Deidre, remember how she puts that Sicily primer back in the day? I love that shit. This was gifted to me, and I still have it. It's so good, though. You're welcome! But yeah, I remember. My favorite, though, was how much she used to push Makeup Geek, and then seeing what happened to Makeup Geek, it infuriates me. I get so mad. Yes, we do disclose. Not everybody does, but it's also a shame, though, because it's like, people get away with it. Like, the FTC doesn't follow up on shit. They should be regulating it significantly more. But I feel that also, I feel that, like, sponsorships are a little bit different. I feel like with sponsored content, it should be also the brand's responsibility. But still, it's like the content creators creating the content, you know? But yeah, back to Makeup Geek. If you haven't watched that interview with the Sesh with Marlena, you should. Because it's gonna... I shouldn't say you should, because you're gonna get mad. You're gonna get mad if you're somebody like me that fucking loved Makeup Geek. And I love Marlena. And to see, or I shouldn't say to see, to hear what this person did. And I feel like a lot of us knew a lot of it, but there were some things I'm just like, oh, that bitch. I love Makeup Geek. Oh, I miss them. I hope Marlena comes out with, like, Makeup Geek 2.0.
I feel very scared to be super vulnerable. That's one of the reasons why I created Jaclyn's Journey, because it was kind of like something that I could slip in.
You're scared to be vulnerable because you're scared of criticism. I'm gonna drink this whole bottle of wine. That's it. You're just scared of criticism. You don't want people in your corner, or not even in your corner. You don't want people to weigh in on your life. Well, maybe you shouldn't share so much of your life, but the only reason why you did Jaclyn's Journey was to space out all of your fucking brand deals, or not even brand deals, all of your promotion, because literally every other video are damn near close. It's, I have a launch, let's do a Jaclyn's Journey. I have a launch. Let's do a Jaclyn's Journey. You did it to be strategic, and it wasn't even, like, strategic because everybody caught on to it. Like, everybody's like, oh, Jaclyn's posting a video. What's she selling now? You did that to yourself. And I feel like she probably knows that. And I think that that is almost like what she's trying to admit. But you're not executing that whatsoever. If anything, to me, this feels like I'm just going to make up some more excuses for myself. Put it out like I'm finally addressing it, but I'm actually not.
On my YouTube channel to try to get like that human connection back with you guys, with my followers. Sorry, there's a fuzzy. That was kind of testing the waters.
The irony that there was a fuzzy.
Because I do get so scared of people's opinions and backlash on my life, whatever it may be. There's just negativity.
At least you can admit that.
And it makes it so hard for me just to be vulnerable and open and honest with you guys because I'm just so scared of what people are going to have to say.
Here's the thing, though. If you're being 100% authentic with your audience and completely unapologetic, you're going to cycle out the people that don't like you. Which, it took me a little while to realize that because, like I was saying earlier about how I just vanished and said fuck everybody. But it's like, if people don't want to be there, or if they want to leave mean comments, like, just fucking block them. Whatever, like, bye, bitch. It's, again, I feel like this is just a pity party. Like, feel bad for me because people are mean to me in my comments, where it's like, if you're just unapologetically yourself and don't give a fuck, eventually they'll go away. And if they don't, block them. It's as simple as that. But by saying, like, I didn't upload on YouTube because of negative comments, that's bullshit, because you were still posting on TikTok. You're still posting on your Insta story. No, you're just getting unpopular or not necessarily what you want to hear. I feel like the reason why you're constantly surrounded by yes people is because that's all that you're looking for in people, is people to just back up the things that you say. And that's not always the best thing. I feel like for me, like, I'm just relating this to my life. I feel like a lot of people don't love my opinions on a lot of things, but I'm also the person that's not afraid to challenge somebody. Or I'll give my opinion, but I'm like, ultimately it's your decision because I don't give a fuck. It's not my life. I've always been that person for somebody, and I think that's why I've gotten very comfortable, like, in my older age, to not having, like, a ton of people surrounding me or pleasing everybody. Because it's like, you know what? If I'm good and the people that I love are good, ultimately that's all that matters to me. And people may not like the people around me, or they might not like the things that I say or the things that I've done, whatever. It is what it is. The only thing that I could do is better myself for the future. And I feel like that's ultimately what anybody could do, because we're all fucking humans. You know? Anyone who isn't a yes person gets smashed in the... Yeah, facts. And I feel like that's a very... that's almost like a dangerous place, I feel, for somebody to be. Like, if you're just constantly surrounded by people that just agree with everything that you say, like, first of all, what's the fun in that? That's, I feel like, just looking at, like, me and my husband, I feel like the reason that him and myself work so well is because we both challenge each other. And it's like, you're not afraid to hurt the other person's feelings because you're not doing it maliciously. You're just looking out for the person. Anybody that's just agreeing with this whole thing is not looking out for your best interest. They're just, like, literally setting you up to fall even harder on your face. I don't know. That's just my opinion on that.
And I hate that. I just want to get back to creating content and having a friendship here and having fun with you guys. Something that has nothing to do with pushing my brands.
Okay. We all heard that. This will be an aspect. Like, if I was somebody that watched all her content and everything, I would pay attention to how many videos she posts without promoting any products. Any. Not even just her own. Any products. Because it's literally impossible. Like, when you're doing makeup, because no matter what, like, you're still telling people what you're using. Even if you're talking about yourself, Like, so if she was doing this video, just doing her makeup and talking about herself, you're still promoting product indirectly or subconscious. I don't know. I think indirectly is probably the best word. She needs to focus on being newly married now and just focus on that and feel good and then leave the internet. Nicolette, I would totally agree with that. Like, if the internet is causing so much of a negative impact on your life, maybe the YouTube channel is what needs to go. But who are you going to sell your stuff to? That's why I think this is all a crock of shit. I think she's wanting to build her relationship with her subscribers again, to get everybody to where they were previously, and then start this whole pattern all over again. But instead of being 3 different brands, it's just going to be Jaclyn Cosmetics, because that is the money maker. Because we see, which I'm not gonna say that everybody knows this, but I feel like it's no secret that the markups in the makeup industry are absolutely insane. Because realistically, it doesn't cost a lot for the product itself. Like, I think it costs a lot of money for, like, the production and shit like that, but the actual, like, the packaging, the formula, the actual, like, component, it's, like, dollars, maybe. And they're charging $40. Like, the margins are insane. So I feel like she's really going to focus on Jaclyn Cosmetics simply because that's where she's probably making the most profits. My opinion. That's just my opinion on that one.
Oh, somebody told me yesterday, and I love this analogy, that it's like I took the wrong exit on the highway, and now I'm making a U-turn. I'm getting back on the highway. And I was like, whoa, that really resonated with me so much. And it's like, honestly, like, I'm kind of backpedaling. You know, it's like people are like launching brands and like finding all this success through social media. And here I am like shutting my brands down. It's humbling. It's been hard to get to this point where I'm just like okay with that, where I'm like, I'm okay with the fact that I'm closing down these brands. And the internet might have a lot to say about it, but like, I'm doing this for me. I want to get back to what makes me happy, and I've never been happier in my life, like my business life and my career.
When you didn't have businesses, right? But you still do.
I was just simply creating content, and I miss it so much. I do want to take a moment to address the...
I can't wait to see how many times a week she uploads from now on.
of my brand Cozy, because there's been a lot of talk about it, and although I have not addressed it publicly, does not mean that I am not handling it privately.
I feel like this is taking so long.
The internet would be more aware of is that you only see moments and minutes throughout my entire week in my life, but behind the scenes is where everything is actually happening. So
I believe that.
I may not address something does not mean that it's not keeping me up at night and something that I am constantly dealing with and
okay, maybe I don't believe that. I don't think it's keeping her up at night because she looks well rested.
Over and trying to make right. I just want you guys to keep that in mind. What you see here on camera is just a tiny glimpse into what my life actually looks like. So as a lot of you guys may know, there is a Canadian creator, and she had an online digital platform called All Things Coz. And Coz was spelled the same way as...
I'm honestly surprised that she's even saying this right now, just with everything else that has been talked about.
Brand Koze. So at the time, I hired a trademark attorney to make sure that whatever name my team and I came up with for my brand was going to be able to be used legally.
Okay.
Came up with over 100 different names. Everything was taken.
I think in her Cozy video, she said 50 names. Now it's 100. It's just little things.
Created names from scratch. Taken. Everything was trademarked until we came up with the name Cozy, spelled Koze. My attorney told me, trademark is open. It's all yours. Great. Where I personally messed up as an owner, as a founder, as a CEO, was not doing my own due diligence on the social media side of things. I was not made aware that there was a smaller Canadian creator with a...
Okay, I can respect that because, one, I wasn't expecting her to say that. I personally went through the same thing, so that's where I'm just like, I could totally see, like, her perspective on that, because, like, when I was opening my bar, I went to my lawyer, we went through the same thing, like, I could relate to this part, so I appreciate that she said, like, I fucked up and I didn't do my own due diligence. However, I feel like we're getting into a lie I feel like she started off real strong, and now we're gonna backpedal.
Online platform that had that exact same spelling within the brand name. Until we had placed an order for everything, for the blankets, for the robes, for
Okay, I see where we're going.
pajamas, for the socks, for the slippers, and that's when I was made aware of the spelling being the same. The second that I was made aware of the situation, my team and I reached out to her directly to try
I don't believe that.
this right, and we never heard back from her.
I don't believe that whatsoever. See, I'm not familiar with this whole thing. Oh wait, and Jen saying she never trademarked Cozy. The Gina Group owns the trademark for Cozy and sleepwear. So if her lawyer did, or if the lawyer told her it was open, he should lose his license. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm not super familiar because I wasn't following. I can't even remember the original creator of. Is it All Things Co's? I'm not familiar with her whatsoever, and I only caught like briefly what was going on because I honestly didn't really care that much because I'm like, either way I'm not going to support it anyway, so whatever, I'm not going to waste my time. But I feel that that's a lie. I feel like I want to say I remember watching the original creator's video, which I apologize if anybody knows who like what her actual name is, please leave it in the chat and I'll put it up on the screen. I remember watching the original video, but because it was one-sided, I try not to ever look at something from just one side. So since Jaclyn has never addressed this, or at least that I know of, I didn't feel that it was fair to completely take one side of it and not have the other to, like, kind of see, okay. Because I feel like when you hear one side and then you hear the other side, you can kind of paint the picture of what actually happened. So because it was one-sided, and I remember that she had said, thank you, Jen, it's Kaylin Nicholson. So that's the original creator of All Things Co's. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the brand. So, again, I had never heard of this person before all this happened. But I remember her saying, like, she reached out to Jaclyn. She showed, like, a screenshot that she posted it on the Cozy Instagram, I believe. And this was before, like, they launched stuff. Here's why I think it's bullshit, though. I think she's painting this picture of everything happened really quickly. And I don't think that that's the case. I feel like this is a brand she probably spent a really long time, like she does with everything else that she does. Nothing is quick with Jaclyn Hill. Let's just say that. Especially when it comes to opening a brand. It's not going to happen like that. So I feel like she probably didn't reach out, if she even did, until it was too late. So, like, the brand was already, like, announced. They were getting ready to drop something. I'm totally speculating because I don't know the whole situation. But I do feel that Kaylin would have been the one to reach out and then wasn't responded to. Because here we have Jaclyn, who's this, like, major YouTube celebrity. Kaylin was not nearly the size. She was a smaller creator. This is where I'm like, I see both sides of it because as a business owner, Kaylin should have done that. Like, you should have done the trademark. If you wanted to protect yourself, like, that's what you should do. And if you had a lawyer, they should have recommended you do that. So that's where it's like, I get it. I could see where this would be like a really difficult situation because here, before we just heard what Jen said, this is where it's like, I don't know the facts, so I can only speculate. And I think if it went down, like there was All Things Co's, Jaclyn went and got it trademarked, I could see where that would just be in like, all right, well, it was like a legality thing, like, meh. But that's not everything that happened. There was like, almost like little digs I felt that I had seen, that I remember seeing, that like Jaclyn was doing towards the other brand. And that's where it's like, nah, that's fucked up. You knew what you were doing. So that's where I feel like it's just a situation where we're never going to really know the whole story. And I feel like this is the other thing because of how, like, the lipstick situation was handled. I feel like if the orders were placed, like she said, she would have put screenshots of the actual placements. Like, she would have came with the receipts if that was actually true. Because that's what I would do. If there was somebody coming at me being like, you stole this idea, da-da-da-da, I would have Every receipt, bam, right there in your face. Just so you could not say, like, I didn't know. You know? So that's where I'm like, I don't know if I believe this. But this is where I hope that this is settled in court, because it sucks, because now you have this brand closing, but you've already destroyed another brand. The damage has already been done. You know, that's where it's like, this is where it sucks. Let's see what Jen said. Jaclyn is a Canadian, so her trademark wouldn't be... Oh, it wouldn't be good here anyway. It's just bad form to use the name. Yeah. When Jaclyn Hill never even trademarked it. See, that's where it's like, I would have to, like, do my own digging on that to know, but I'll take your word for it for that. But yeah, like, that's where I'm like, I don't necessarily buy this whole story. I really don't. And it's because of how things were previously handled. Like, when she came to the lipsticks, and I don't even think this video is up anymore, like, when she had, like, all the receipts that weren't even actually real. Remember that video? I feel like she would have done that, and she didn't. I'm telling you, that's what I would do. I would have every receipt and just be like, fuck all you. If it was actually an accident.
I completely understand why, because I would be pissed off if I was her as well. Mm-hmm. All right? The situation sucks.
As she should be.
I'm just giving you my perspective of what happened behind the scenes of the camera. So I want to let you guys know what you can expect to see from Jaclyn, Roxanne, and Cozy as these two brands are shutting down.
Let's get into promo.
It's not as easy as just going into the warehouse and turning off the lights and saying, everybody go home, the brands are closed. We have placed PO.
I mean, it could be. Let's not say that it can't, or it's not, because it could be. But it's not in this situation.
Months and months ago that we are committed to. I also have a team of employees out here in Tampa at the warehouse. They depend on these salaries to feed their families. So It's not like I'm just laying everybody off and saying, we're done, go home.
Guys, she's a really good boss. She's not just going to lay everybody off. Really good boss.
Everybody has a heads up. Everybody has a chance to figure out what they want to do while we are shutting down and having this open, transparent conversation with not only my employees, but my followers as well. You will see.
Your followers don't fucking care, though. I mean, I shouldn't say they don't care, because we're literally reacting to this right now, so clearly we do. But, yeah, I agree, Jen. Relabeling would cost pennies. Yeah. Jaclyn made a comment about a brush saying at least it's trademark. Yeah, like, that's like the little sly shit that it's like, Jaclyn said Jaclyn never reached out. She looked through her emails and nothing. And this is where I was saying, I don't think I believe Jaclyn in this aspect. And this is where it's like, realistically, who gives a fuck about my opinion on it? I just feel, look at that, whole bottle of wine. I just feel that if she had reached out, there would have been screenshots in there. Because that's what I would do. If I had my back against a corner like that and everybody's accusing me of stealing a brand, you best believe I'm coming with emails, I'm coming with everything. Just so you could say, not a fucking thing. It'd be, you know what? I did my part, I reached out, she didn't respond, but that's where I don't think that she did. But now let's get into promo, because I know it's coming.
Massive sales hitting the website. You'll also see a couple of new things coming to the website. Like, for instance, I have a collection. I'm actually wearing one of the necklaces right now that's launching, I believe, this week. And then we have some
promo. Okay, we knew that was coming. As an employer, you have the option to pay them severance if you lay them off. So they have money to live on while looking for another job. Yeah, that's where it's like, okay, let's not pretend that jobs don't lay people off. I feel like she's painting this picture of, I'm being a really good boss. And we've already spent all this money, which who knows if they actually had the stuff ordered. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? Because is anybody really going to buy it? If y'all do, you're clowns. You're a bigger clown than me for buying the makeup that I don't wear.
It's like another robe coming in as well. We committed to these purchase orders earlier in the year before I finally made this decision. So you'll see a few new things trickle in as we are shutting things down. And then as we sell through, you will see everything come to a complete close in the next couple of months. As for Jaclyn Cosmetics goes, honestly, you guys, I don't know the future of my brand. I really don't. I mean,
I think this is her, like, saving grace of, guys, I don't know. Jen, I fucking hate you. Get another bottle. I only had one. Thank you, Jen, for the super chat. It feels so good to be back. But I told you, don't fucking send me super chats, damn it. Okay, I just forgot what I was saying because Jen distracted me. I can't. My hair hurts from this video.
Because of everything that I've said to you this entire video,
What did she say though? Honestly, what did she actually say? Is this owning your shit?
I don't know. I mean, I really stepped away and I really just
No
did
shit.
the bare minimum, and
No shit.
I was given such an incredible opportunity to be in Ulta stores, and I've done the bare minimum supporting my brand in Ulta, which is crazy because that's literally my dream. I could just cry over this. Like, I remember working at the Mac store.
Oh, this is what I was saying. So she said, I feel like this was her last ditch effort of, guys, it almost puts it into people's head like, my brand's in danger of closing. I need as much support as I can get. Gaslight. I honestly feel that. And I obviously think that it's also because of what Rose just said. She doesn't know because she doesn't own her brand. I completely agree with that. I would not be surprised whatsoever if Jaclyn Cosmetics does phase out. Do I think she's never going to do a brand again, though? No. I think she's going to try to ride the collaborative train. I think she's going to start uploading more. And then I think we're going to slowly see a shift again. But you know what? If any brand partners with her, I don't think I'll even fucking support that brand anymore. Because it's like, out of all the people that are on social media between Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, she's the least deserving of any opportunity. Period. Like she's literally telling you like how bad of a partner that she is. Like, she literally has a partnership with Ulta and she's doing the bare minimum. What? Like, what? She said, she literally, Spooky Mama Glam, she said a whole lot of nothing. I feel bad that I waste everybody's time, like, reacting to this, because it's like, what is this? Okay.
Right? And this
And
is
I
when I was
wasted my own
physically
goddamn time.
on food stamps. And
If I hear about fucking food stamps one more time, I've said this so many times. Why is it? Why is this always a thing? Not even with just her, in general. Anytime that there's any sort of collaboration or whatever, there's always the story about, like, tearing on your heartstrings to feel bad, and everybody loves the come-up story. I don't get why this always has to be a thing. Like, I'm so sick of hearing about it. Because realistically, it doesn't matter. Like, I get it. I don't even want to say I get it, because I understand that it's inspirational. But, like, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. Why does this always need to be a fucking conversation? I don't understand it. Ugh,
during my lunch break at Mac, I would walk upstairs in the Chicago Woodfield Mall and I would go into the Ulta store and I would just walk around and stare. And I remember feeling like always slightly embarrassed because like the sales girls would be like, "Can I help you?" And I'd be like, "Oh, no, it's okay," because I did not have $1 to spend on makeup. But I would just walk around and swatch stuff and just like...
Honestly, that's so many people's life. Like, there's people that don't even step foot in these stores, but it's like not everybody feels the need to fucking... I just don't get it. It's not about the bottom, not here. Yeah, it makes my hair hurt. Is that like... I feel like it comes off as insensitive to say that, to be like, why does this always have to be a fucking thing? It's so irritating. It's irritating. The Ulta store is not at Woodfield Mall and did not open until 2019. Jen, fucking stop it. Jen just dropped that whole fucking mic. Ah! I'm speechless at that. What? If that... Here goes Rose. Oh, by the way, there's never been an Ulta in Woodfield Mall. Does she know that? Wow. Oh my God. That just made her look so much worse in my head. She's getting her fans to back her up, so when people come for her there, and yep, they're on the attack. That's fucking crazy. See, I never would have, like, looked into that. I'm like, because it's like, why would you lie about something like that? This is like a master manipulator right here. If you're gonna lie, and this is my other thing. I live with, oh yeah, true. Dustin has the receipts. Stop. Dustin and Nick, that's fucking hilarious. Wow. Wow. I never saw that coming. Here's why I'm this makes me mad. Because there's nothing I hate more than liars. People that lie, it's just like, why? Why can't you just be fucking honest? If you're gonna lie about what store you were standing in, you'll lie about anything. That is the most wild thing I've... Wow. Did anybody in the chat know that? Because I'm speechless. Oh my God. I gotta just...
dream about like being able to own these things. And I've talked about this. I talked about this like 8 years ago on my YouTube
talk about
channel.
Every fucking
and
video.
Just to then fast forward and have my own Jaclyn Cosmetics in Ulta stores, like talk about who and I haven't even given that relationship the love that it deserves because I just felt like such a failure. Even though Ulta believed in me, I didn't believe in myself. How crazy is that?
I would love to know what it takes to get your brand in a store like Ulta. Like, if it's just money, if it's just who you know type of thing. I'm so, like, that stuff I have no idea about, because in my mind it just seems like you could go to Ulta and be like, yo, let's make this partnership, and, like, draw up a contract, and you have a certain amount of time that you're in the store. Especially when you have a person with the social media platform as Jaclyn Hill. Like, I feel like that would be an easy sell, regardless. But not even that. Like, you have Morphe that probably does insanely well in Ulta, which is whatever. But I would love to know that. Wow. I'm still processing her not actually owning the Cozy trademark, but taunting Kaylin. Yeah. See, I think that would have bothered me more if I knew more about it. But, like, the fucking mall thing, that just blew my mind. Wow. Okay, let's keep going.
At this point,
I feel like we're still gonna get
the
something.
Decisions that I've made because of the fact that I did the bare minimum. It's just.
I feel like that's a very mild way of owning your shit. Like, her mindset is fucking crazy.
Think that is what started my YouTube career, turning on some rinky-dink camera, using a lamp as my lighting, recreating a Kim Kardashian cosmopolitan winged eyeliner look, like with nothing to get out of it. I didn't know you could make money on YouTube. I didn't know you could make a career out of it. I just thought it was a community that you could possibly build where you learn makeup. Like, that's all I thought it was back in 2011. And so, yeah, I definitely feel ashamed and like I blew it. And that might be the case, but I'm going to own up to it and own my shit. And at this point, it's like, let's just see what the future holds, you know? But
what are you owning, though? You're not owning anything. Like, just because you're closing your brands, that's not owning your shit. That's just saying, okay, this business isn't working. That's not owning your shit. Like,
I'm just sick of trying to chase validation. I just want to be happy. I want mental stability.
You're not trying to chase validation, but yet that's all this video is. You're trying to get validation of whatever you think that is all that you did wrong, and people are like not having it.
sick of feeling lost or
I can't wait to scroll through these comments.
I feel like I'm supposed to do, or what people are telling me to do. Like, I'm just ready to take my life into my own hands, and I've been working really hard on that recently. I said what I said.
How? Like, you said what you... Okay.
And just moving forward with what I want to do and what's going to make me happy no matter what that looks like. All I know is we do have one last launch in our pipeline that's actually coming out this month, and it's the most innovative product that I've ever created. You will see that I really put time and effort into this product with my team. There's nothing like it. There's no formula that I have ever seen on the market like this. It is so beautiful and so unique. And I'm so excited for it to launch. And I just want to be able to give my brand the love that it deserves, even if it ends up shutting down too. Like, on the way out, I've got to just like stay true to myself and like that little Jaclyn, if you will. I've got to honor that. I've got to honor my true original love and passion and dream. And that's where I'm at. So that's it.
All right, we're done. We're fucking done. Was that real fucking life? Let's say a whole lot of nothing and then promote our product at the end. Are you... Is that real? I can't. That was the longest fucking... We've been here... That 18 minutes took us an hour and 41 minutes to dissect. And we literally said nothing. Well, we said stuff. But her... Oh my god. Okay, let's speculate. Alright, it's really unique, but I do the bare minimum. What do we think it's gonna be? Let's speculate for a minute while I gather my thoughts on that fucking shit show. Because there's no fucking way that just happened. That we just listened to that video for that amount of time that said absolutely nothing. For her to turn around and be like, I have a launch coming up. Wow. I don't even have wine to drink after that. That's how you fist fucking me, right? That is the craziest shit I've ever listened to in my life, I think. It's been good background while reading continuing education for my CNA. Wow. Alright. This is a genuine question because I feel like this is why I was debating if I wanted to even react to this video, because I honestly feel that most people that watch my channel probably don't support Jaclyn Hill anyways. Is there anybody here that still supports her or her brand? Because I have to ask, how? We just had somebody that was like gaslight, like I've never in my life witnessed. That was worse than... I can't even think of it. Wow. I just can't believe that ended with a sales pitch, though. That was icing on the fucking cake. Like, if y'all can't see it... She said she's closing it down, but maybe it won't close from this innovative product. That is... Wow, that's the stupidest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life. I tell you what, I need to know who thought that video was a good idea. Like, did you record that? And like, yeah. I'm gonna get everybody back with that. We gotta do it. Hold on. I gotta see these comments to see if there's anybody buying this shit. Okay, this is disgusting. All I keep thinking about is the young girl that got her company name brand ripped off, only for you to discard it like trash. And that's not the first brand that it's happened to. That's what's so disgusting about it. Jaclyn, I can tell you really want to be this person that you portray to be. I have been a long-time follower, eating up anything you have thrown my way. Anything you've said, any brand you've pushed, any product you pushed, I ate it the fuck up. I did not read into the drama, blah, blah. I felt like you were so genuine. But after years went by, I noticed a change, which is normal. People change. Yes, 100%. But it wasn't for the better. I had really hoped when you found love and a new form of happiness that things would change and it would go back to being the genuine Jaclyn. Then you stole someone else's brand. Not only stole it, but dropped it on a reel with a trademark trying to discredit her. Okay, that one's so long. I was nervous reading that from the beginning. That's why I kept doing it. Because I'm like, I thought she was going to be like, I really think you changed. No, bitch. No, she has. For those who don't want to pay full price, Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics has made it to TJ Maxx. I feel like Laura Lee talked about that before with why we see things at TJ Maxx, but I really can't remember. I think it's like TJ Maxx buys the products at like a discount or something, but I can't. I'm sure Jen will know that tea. Jen's always a wealth of knowledge in our live chats. These brands are not bringing me anything is code for they're not making any money. That lipstick launch was in fact her legacy. When you don't know what you're doing, it shows. And when you treat other brands so cruel, that shows your character. 100%. I should start going. I'm going to go through and like all these comments. Somebody who chooses to shut their brand down themselves truly doesn't say I made the decision myself multiple times in the video. So clearly she just got under the... I don't necessarily believe that. I think she just wants to make people feel that she made a boss bitch decision. It's so funny because every time I hear that the term boss bitch, like she always comes to mind because she's always had it. She's always created like this, it's not a stigma, that's not the right word. All she needs is a ukulele. It's always like, it always felt like she was trying to be like inspirational with the term boss bitch. When it's like, alright, you could be a boss bitch, but you're not. Stop pretending that you are because you're not. The ultimate boss bitch thing to do is literally admit you fucked up and why. You can't just say you fucked up. You have to say it. TJ Maxx buys for pennies on the dollar. It's meant for brands to unload overstock. You don't make money selling makeup there. That makes sense. So it's like, it doesn't mean that it's expired, because I think that that's a common thing. Like, people think it's like expired makeup or whatever. No, they just have too much and they're trying to get rid of it. I don't know where this persona of boss bitch came from. She said it's been a thing for her for years. Like, back when I used to watch her all the time, she was always like, "Oh, I'm a boss bitch." And I feel like it's like a form of like woman empowerment almost, which I think honestly, like, I'm not super feminist. I'm just like, okay, like, it's cool to be a woman business owner, but I don't think I need a fucking medal saying I'm a woman-owned business. That's just totally my perspective on it. Don't fucking come for me, okay? But I feel like she has this like, oh, like, it's almost like a super feminist, I think, aspect of it, but it's like, I'm a boss bitch, like, I can do this on myself, when it's like, bitch, you're not even doing it yourself. The fuck? You even have other people doing it for you, and it still is an epic fail. That's not boss bitch. If you want to be a boss bitch, do a video and just say all the shit you done wrong. I thought it was stolen merch at TJ Maxx. She'll return. Oh, I just knocked over my palettes. She'll return as Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. Jaclyn Cosmetics is owned by Forma, but she owns Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics LLC. I think it'd be... I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even... Like, that's where I'm like, I don't even care. I'm like, I honestly hope that she doesn't do another brand because... Jesus. Imagine being Kayla, building her brand for 5 years and forced to have to rebrand it, knowing that Jaclyn stole the brand name, yet it wouldn't last for a year. I've never been on this aspect, but here's my perspective on this. If I was Kaylin, I would have went toe-to-toe. I would have fought till I fucking couldn't fight anymore. Like, I get it. It's like you're going up against somebody like Jaclyn Hill. But what's right is fucking right, man. And again, that might be another unpopular opinion. People will say it'll cost so much money. But it's like, you know what? If you go toe to toe and you get your legalities right, Jaclyn Hill will have to pay for it anyways. So I don't know, man. That's where I wish I knew more about that whole situation, because I do think it's shitty and it's very much giving me what happened to Makeup Geek, except it's a little different because obviously Makeup Geek, I feel, had more of that personal relationship. I feel like Jaclyn more of just had that presence of, I'm bigger than you and I'm going to win. But I honestly think it's one of those things where it's like you can only speculate, but it's like I honestly feel in like a legal system, I think it would have went in Caelynn's favor, but then again, it's in another country, so that's another thing. Caelynn seems very zen, doesn't want the drama. I can understand that, and that's where maybe it just comes down to everybody's different. Like, I don't think what Caelynn did was wrong. I think she was just like, I'm gonna be the bigger person, especially if you're saying she's more zen and doesn't want drama, but she's a better person than me. Because, like, that'd be like if somebody tried to come for me for britches. Oh, no, motherfuckers. Nah, bitch. You ain't getting that without a fucking fight, bitch. Let's see. With this, that's all my shit, my boss, bitch. It makes it's like laughable, at least to me. But, you know what it's giving me? It's very much giving me like MLM pyramid scheme. Boss babes! Ooh! I'm not even gonna hate MLMs though, because, you know, I have friends that do that shit, and I've done my fair share of stupid shit. Oh, Brits, I'll go to the mattresses. Let's see. If Caelynn had filed for the U.S. trademark, she had a good chance of getting it. The USPTO gives a lot of weight. Yeah, that's where I wish that she did, because I think, you know what? You know who Jaclyn is? Jaclyn's the person that never got beat up, and it shows. And I feel like she needs somebody to, like, shut her ass down. And Caelynn would have been the perfect person for it, because it's like, she's drama-free, she's, like, zen, total opposite of what Jaclyn is, just to be like, fuck you, bitch. That would have been, I'm spiteful, though. Like, that's where, she's a better person than me, for sure. Because I could not. Do we care about these comments? It seems like just scrolling. Jaclyn, I'm so over pushing product in your face. Also, Jaclyn, ends video with a sales pitch. I'm glad to see that people are seeing it, you know, because nothing makes me more nervous than when people don't recognize this type of shit, because it also like indirectly sets like a bad example, you know, like, especially when you have like a younger audience, which I don't feel like Jaclyn really has a younger audience anymore, but it's like when you're doing this type of problematic shit, it sets the example that it's acceptable. And no, like, people that act like this need to be put in their place. Just my opinion. And, you know, maybe closing 2 brands, maybe that kind of does it, like, humble yourself a little bit, but I also don't think it does, because she's like, I'm doing it on my own. It's my decision. I hope that she does not have success, like, with her return to YouTube, because I just think that there's other people that are so much more deserving, and so much more deserving of incredible opportunities and to work with brands, and she's had her time. Like, she's had her time. She fucked it up, which you could always learn from your mistakes, but she doesn't. She'll be back with cosmetics from scratch. I don't know. The companies are a cash grab for Jaclyn. I need to see Peter Mon's reaction to this video. It should be hilarious. I know, he's so funny. That's not Jaclyn's first time involved in a trademark infringement. Look up Gabby Ross Makeup and Face Master. Oh, I remember that. Was it a brush? I'm pretty sure I remember that one. Like, I don't remember it exactly, but I remember there being like a trademark issue before. A side note, not associated with Jaclyn Hill, but did anybody catch this? Okay, who watched the video of Tati with Scott Barnes? First of all, I love those two together. And now they're both in Texas, so I'm like, can we just start a channel of YouTube just all the time? Did anybody catch the little sly... You know, there's another creator that uses approved, like Tati approved. Another creator using it, and she has it trademarked. I was like, oh shit, it's about to all come fucking crashing all over again. Dustin has a video about it on his channel, and I think he mentioned it the other day. Gabby immigrated from Venezuela with a dream to make money and bring her family over. Okay, maybe I don't know about that, because I'd feel like I would remember that. Also, how the whole video didn't... Wait. Also, how the whole video, she didn't make decisions. All the guest people, no involvement, but now I'm making this decision. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll have to watch Dustin's video, too. Maybe I'll listen to it after this one. Wow. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, Tati. And then Scott's like, I have this trademarked, and I have this. I fucking live for Scott Barnes. He's still one of my favorite people to watch. I only ever watch her YouTube, never bought a collab. User codes are linked. See, I don't even want to know, like, how much money I've given to Jaclyn Hill in the past however long. Would she say 2011? So I supported her from, probably 2011 up until 2019, which was when Lipstick 8 was, I think. I don't know. What else you guys want to chat about? Anything? We got a few more minutes. I could stay on here since I'm empty. Fuck. I've been on a wine kick lately again, guys. Remember this one? Those that have been here a while, they know. I've been on that wine forever, but I haven't been drinking. No, I hadn't drank wine in a while, and then I just started drinking it again recently. I didn't even watch this video only because you were oh, you're smart. I like when Tati gets a little catty. I know, she's so funny. It's funny because she's not great at it. Like, I feel like she could throw, like, zingers, but she could do it. She could do it better, I think. Will I do a beauty room tour? Maybe. I'm trying to think of what I want to do, because I've had this, like, this has been my background forever. And I'm just bored with it. Like, it's been this way for fucking years. Tell us about my bar. What do you want to know? It's been really slow lately. Like, I'm kind of in, like, it's been open for a year now. So we're kind of in okay, this is what realistic numbers look like. And ever since it got nice out, it's been significantly slower just because we don't have a patio, we don't have an outdoor space, like, so it hasn't been nearly as busy, so it's becoming a little bit more stressful because I'm like, fuck, the bills don't stop, I still gotta pay staff, like all the things that Jaclyn was talking about, like that's very much real life. But it's still going well. It's just, we went from being insanely busy almost every single day, and then now we're like, what the hell's going on? Where is everybody? But I think it's happening everywhere, like at least in my area. I love Tati, but her shade isn't shady. Pretty sure Tati lives close to me. She was getting giant hail at the same time we were. Oh, shit. Are you telling me I need to come down to Texas? I've never been to Texas. I think I would love it there. I miss the What's New live streams. I know. I'm gonna try to get back to, I said this last time I came back, but now, I said this at the beginning, I am finally finished with my wedding videos, so that has, like, thrown off, like, a lot of what was on my plate before, because I was really stressed about finishing that. I've got one more small thing to do, which I still gotta finish, with as far as like weddings and stuff, but I haven't taken on any more just because I got to the point where I'm like, it's consuming too much of my time. So that's where, like, when I talk about Jaclyn with business, like, I can understand, like, it being overwhelming. You just decide you don't want to do it anymore. Whatever the case is, everybody has their reasonings for shutting down businesses. So I get that. Totally. 100%. Like, I didn't close my videography business, but I'm just like, I'm just not taking anything on right now because I just don't want to do it. That's the beauty of owning your own business, is you pick and choose when the hell you want to work and when you don't. Plus, the bar just took up a considerable amount of my time. But we had, we've been able to, I shouldn't say we, I've been able to really hone in on when I need to be at the bar and when I don't. Like, now my staff all knows what they're doing. I'm in the process of hiring again, so that's been a relatively new thing. I need to get people up to speed again. But I have a more realistic schedule, so that's why when I say I feel like I could be able to come back a little bit more often, that's what I mean. It's because I don't have to be at the bar what felt like before it was I had to be there every single day. Now I don't have to be there every day. I could be there like Sundays if I feel like it, Mondays, Tuesdays. Sometimes I'm there Wednesdays, but Thursday through the weekend, I really don't need to be there if I don't want to be. Any guesses on what Marlena will return with? I feel like it's going to be another makeup brand. I feel like it's going to be. I really hope it is, because I think she did makeup so insanely well. I think she made it so approachable for people. She did so much of it right. No, Britt, what happened? Is the live over? I'm still here. Is it over? Yeah, I don't know. As far as, like, what is gonna happen, I definitely can't do Mondays anymore for new makeup videos. This fucking hair, though. I'm regrowing this out. Because I was doing every Monday. I can't do Mondays anymore because I usually work at the bar. So if I do those every week or every other week, it'll have to be on a different day. Yeah, I just don't think it'll be on like a week-to-week basis anymore. I think it might be every other week. Or it'll just be whatever I fucking feel like it. Because I've talked about it before where I'm like, I don't like committing to stuff because I feel like when I commit to content, I never execute it. And that's where I can admit my faults, is I drop the ball when it comes to that. I know what it is, and everyone will love it. Jen is in makeup. Is it a makeup brand? Jen, you can't fucking do that. That is unfair. Jen, you about to have me big mad at you, bitch. Oh, man. What is next for me, though? I know there's a Sephora Friends and Family sale coming up. But I feel like you're probably going to see, like, some sort of organization video. I think you're honestly going to start seeing more filmed content. I'll still do live streams, absolutely. But I'm going to start filming some stuff, too, I think. Because, like I was saying earlier, like, I do plan on redoing this room a little bit, especially organization-wise. But I think just realistically, I'll be able to produce more content if I don't only do lives. Because obviously lives, I feel like they take up more time than filmed content sometimes. But then too, it just to give like a little bit of difference to my channel. I've gone back and forth on this. Like, I want to say before I said I wasn't going to do filmed content anymore. And it's just, I changed my mind. Because I don't ever want to treat this like, yes, I make money from YouTube. But I never feel like I want this to be my full-time job. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I like to make the money from it. I like to be able to justify my makeup purchases, because that's honestly, like, when I'm able to be like, yeah, I'm buying it for YouTube, I'm more inclined to buy makeup. When I'm not doing YouTube content, I'm not likely to be buying the new makeup and trying it like I was before. So either way, I'm on a vault even with an edible on board. I lost all my makeup geek in the fire. No! I know, Jen's the secret keeper. What the fuck? Either way, you just had to throw out all your makeup geek. I still have mine, but I did, like, because I put it in the Adept Cosmetics palette that it was like, it folds and you can put them on both sides. It was like basically like a magnetized palette that closes shut, but you could fill both sides, you know? And when I shut it, a lot of the shadows fell out. So I was like, fuck. Should have just kept them in the original packaging, damn it. Oh, man. That's why I hope that she does makeup again. I'm notoriously behind the times? Has there always been so many perfume gurus? The only ones that I ever really knew of was, like, Marlena. She was always one that I watched for perfume, and then, like, Jackie, I know. But I think everybody's kind of put perfumes in, like, here and there. I love being a Texan. By the way, the new venture launches next month. Oh, shit! Jet, you can't do this to... That's fucked up. Jen, you're fucked up. Can't do that to us. Alright, guys. I've been here long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's video. You know what? I'm not even going to say I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry that I put you all through that. Because I feel like everybody knew what I was going to say. I entertained it because I'm like, maybe... I thought that this might have been it. Like, maybe she'll own up. Maybe she'll say, like, look, I sold y'all contaminated products and I'm sorry. But that didn't happen. I'm sorry I put y'all through that. I hope you enjoyed hearing me rant, though, and I hope to be back more frequently. I would highly suggest subscribe, turn on your notifications, that way you're notified when I upload or go live. All the things. I missed you guys. I know. I'm going to pull a Jaclyn Hill and say, I miss the community we built together. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!